Okay, so continuing on with our deep dive into breakfasts, healthy breakfasts, we're going to tackle the topic of common breakfast foods to avoid. And we're going to cover cereals specifically today. So cereals have a lot of marketing hype behind them. You can see I've clicked into the Woolworths app where we can take a look at a few common healthy breakfast cereals. So you can see All Brand here. Now, one thing that the biggest sort of rookie mistake that you can make is looking at the front of the packaging of a breakfast cereal to choose whether it's healthy for you. They all are marketed, or most of them are marketed in a healthy, positive way. It's like a little mini billboard telling you, buy me, buy me. So you have a look. We see All Brand, very high in fiber, support a healthy gut, right? We know that there's a lot of talk in the health world about having healthy gut bacteria and all that sort of thing. So they try and capitalize on that and try and market it and convince the consumer to purchase it, telling them it's healthy. And we've got, blueberries and raspberries, which people know, berries are very healthy. It's got its little 5-star health rating. These things all give it the appearance that it's very healthy. Now, if we have a look at the nutritional label, we can see that it's per 100 grams, it's actually 15.7% sugar. You wouldn't think it from All Brand. You taste it and you can taste that it's sweet. There's a reason. Because if it was just brown on its own, it wouldn't taste very nice and not many people would buy it. We can have a look when we look at the ingredients. And this is where I do look at the nutritional label, but I prefer to read the ingredients as well to see what they actually put in it. So we can see wheat bran, 85%. And then, so ingredients are listed by order of quantity. So the second highest ingredient is sugar. Then the following, barley malt extract, which is, they use lots of different words to disguise sugar. So that's another way of, saying sugar. It's got all other nutrients that they've had to add back into it because when they refine these foods, it's a refined, industrialized, processed food, they destroy some of the nutrients in the processing. So we can see that it's marketed very healthily, but the actual sugar content's really high. It's almost half carbs, so 46% is carbs in total, which is quite high. Not the highest for a breakfast cereal, but pretty high still as a food. But the reason that I highlight that is it's not to say that carbs are bad, but these are fast digesting carbs, which we don't want. They spike our insulin levels, they spike our blood sugar levels, and they cause us to release hormones that make us store fat and stop us from burning fat. Let's look at the next one, Special K. Again, marketed in a very healthy way. They happen to always put blueberries and strawberries on the packaging. And plain yogurt and some little, whatever those little green leaves are to make it look very healthy. Grain-based protein, it gives the appearance of health. We've got our 4-star health star rating. Let's have a look what's actually in it. So 13.9%, so 14% sugar, and 68% carbs. Let's have a look what's actually in the ingredients. So it's predominantly made from rice, which is a starchy product, whole grains, and wheat protein. Sugar, again, the next largest ingredient is sugar. They've had to add minerals back into it because they've stripped it out when they've processed it. We've got that barley malt extract again. Sometimes they do a bit of a trick with sugar. They'll call it on, sucrose, dextrose, arabinose, all these different names, which, are the technical names for the individual sugar molecules, but they can separate it and spread it apart. So say if it's, 20% this type of sugar, but 20% that type of sugar, they can sort of go down the end of the list of the line rather than having 40% sugar and it maybe have to be the second ingredient for people that know the ingredients are listed by quantity. All right, next one, Nutrigrain. when I was a teenager, this one's not so much marketed at the 50 plus, but it's marketed very much at young, teenage boys. When I was a teenage boy, I used to smash Nutrigrain because I knew it had one of the highest protein contents. So you can see there, yeah, protein, fiber, multi-grain, B vitamins, iron. It's Iron Man food, as they tell us in the ads. Again, we've got another little 4-star health star rating. When we look down here, 24% sugar. When I found that out many years ago, I almost fell off my chair. But then I was like, yeah, when I think about it, when I eat it, the milk tastes like, it's almost like a Quicks or something like that because it's got so much sugar. 65% overall carbs. And again, these are fast digesting carbs, refined carbs. Of those 65% carbs, 24% of them are actually sugar. The rest are refined cereal grains. So we can see it's 51% is the actual cereal grains. Then next ingredient, sugar. Again, then we've got maltodextrin, another sugar. Molasses, another sugar. We've got, what else we got? Barley malt extract. We've got, by the way, natural flavors doesn't mean natural. By the way, it can mean, anything but natural. I learned that lesson many years ago. It's got natural colors. They've had to add the vitamins and minerals back in as well because they strip it in the processing. Let's move along to the next one. Sultana brand. Again, we've got, what do we got here? We've got some peaches, a little bit of yogurt, and some grapes to make it look nice and healthy. More fiber than 2 slices of wholemeal toast. We've got our little energy, our health star rating, 4.5. I don't know what their criteria is for that, but it's probably got something to do with fat content, but I guarantee it doesn't have anything to do with sugar content. Let's have a look. 28.9% sugar and 62.8% overall carbs. So again, let's have a look. We've got a wheat. The sultanas are 26%. So sultanas not necessarily a bad thing per se because they are fruit, but the difference is you've got a bunch of grapes like this, which have got lots of water. You dehydrate them into a little handful of sultanas. If you ate the big bunch of grapes, you would be way fuller. If you eat the little sugar concentrated, dehydrated sultanas, you're going to eat way more of them, so accumulate more sugar. That's the deal when it comes to dried fruit. And again, what do we got? The sultanas have got lots of sugar, and then fourth ingredient in, sugar, barley malt extract. They've added minerals and vitamins back in. Same story over and over, repeat it. And then our final one, Carmen's. I know Carmen's is not, it's a better brand. It's definitely, marketed as more healthy. And look, they certainly make more of an effort. I'll give them that. Again, we can see we've got our 5-star rating. We've got excellent source of fiber. We've got our strawberries on the packaging. This one we can tell who's it marketed at. Females. Look at the pink color. These marketers, we've got supports digestive balance. I know that I sound a little bit cynical, but it's because I understand that these companies put so much money into convincing you that their products are healthy. And, there's many things in them that I would not consider healthy. Let's have a look. It's got 13% sugar. And this is something that's meant to be, ultra healthy. 52% carbs, all up. Let's have a look. We've got brown flakes. We've got all our, our flakes, our grains included in the bran flakes. So they make it up of a number of different grains. They add brown sugar. Brown sugar sounds a little bit healthier. It's a little bit less refined, but sugar, it's still sugar. Still going to give you a blood sugar spike. Still going to have that same hormonal effect in your body. Moving along, we've got our minerals, our vitamins that have had to be added back in. We've got our fruit. So obviously that's the dehydrated fruits, which is cranberries. Now look what they've had to mix with cranberries. Cranberries are generally very bitter. So when you get cranberry juice or cranberries per se, you don't normally get them straight up because it's very bitter. It doesn't taste that good. So they normally always add sugar with it. And sunflower oil, a refined vegetable oil, which some experts say vegetable oil is even more damaging to your health than sugar is, for a number of different reasons. Then we've got another dehydrated fruit, currants. So again, currants, we've got vegetable oil with them again. And yeah, we've got our natural flavors and colors. Anyway, long story short is that, as you can see, breakfast cereals are not ideal. They're very high in refined, fast digesting carbohydrates and sugars. Plus they strip them of their nutrients and have to add, synthetic nutrients back into them. So not something that I would recommend. It's quick and easy, but there's better options, which we'll get into in some further episodes.